Hi. Um, so to immediately state my position, lanval is not a simp. According to the later social media glossary, simp is a slang term used to describe a person who is perceived as overly submissive or even desperate for the attention or affection of someone without receiving anything in return. So I looked into it. I couldn't find any super duper academic sources. Um, so I'm mostly going to be speaking anecdotally about the word and my experience with it as a social media user, because it is a social media term, but it's super primarily popularized through Twitch streaming, referring like mainly to the followers of popular female streamers that are like high donators. Um, these are streamers like Pokimane and Valkyrae, um, who traditionally expect something in return for this unreciprocated sum of energy and money that they're giving into this person. The term is derogatory and places emphasis on men who relentlessly pursue women without reciprocated affection. Typically, these men feel entitled to sex or a relationship with women who they have gone out of their way to provide for. So again, top donors to Twitch streamers, basically. So how does this relate to lanval? It doesn't. This definition directly contradicts the narrative seen in lanval. Lanval is given reciprocated affection from the very beginning. Lanval is the one who is being pursued, which typically subverts the traditional dynamic of like chivalric romances, because usually the knight is the one pursuing the woman. But in this case, it's the other way around. I have compiled quotes that entirely debunk the narrative that lanval is a simp. He's not. These include the lady being quoted as saying, "I have left my lands to come where you are. To find you I have come so far. To be valiant and courtly in everything, and no emperor, count, or king ever had joy or blessings above you, for more than anything, I love you." She makes the first move. She is the one that initially is showing affection. Even her ladies say, "A lady of valor, wisdom, and beauty, it is for you our lady has sent." For him. She is pursuing him. And one may say, "Oh, well, he says that he will do anything for her." I think that this line of reasoning is flawed because, in my opinion, it represents a childlike view of what romance is. I think that it is important that we acknowledge that relationships are mutual and that while lanval has offered his, loyalty, and his willingness to be at her beck and call, which he later goes against, his lady offers to provide him with, quote, anything he may ever want. He'll get as far as his needs extend, generously he may give and spend. The reason that one would be inclined to believe that lanval is a simp is because his role in this romance is switched. The gender roles are switched. And I think that it speaks more to my point, which is that lanval is a critique of traditional relationship dynamics in that it is not well received by my peers that he is taking on a feminine role in the relationship. He is the one who is being provided for. He is the one being pursued. And because of that, he is seen as less of a man, even though he later goes on to, when Queen Guinevere says, I don't have the direct quote, my apologies, expresses interest in him, he declines out of respect for his king, and she says, "Oh, you're not interested in me. You must not be interested in women." And in that, he, to defend his own honor, his own masculinity, says, foolishly, going against his lady's wishes, "I have a lady, and she, even her handmaids, are finer than you." So I think that in and of itself illustrates the flaw in the line of argumentation that he is a simp. And another point that may be brought up is, oh, well, he contemplated suicide when he thought that he was never going to see her again, which I think is just an insane argument to make, because let's compare this to Romeo and Juliet. Do we see Romeo as a simp because he kills himself? We don't. And why is that? Because he displays traditional masculine traits in a relationship. This is not about him being a simp. This is about him being feminine, and I think it very much speaks to the patriarchal values that this narrative is critiquing, that we are viewing him in such a negative light. Thank you.